Grand Rising. How are you doing? I hope that you guys are having a wonderful Friday wherever you are located in this world. I just want to talk a little bit. I woke up this morning with the Anthonys on my mind, in my heart, on my spirit. It's disgusting to see just how many people are really willing to believe the worst about Karmelo, because Karmelo is representative of our young people. Okay. Um, and I can appreciate why Mrs. Anthony held the press conference and she tearfully tried to set the record straight on a few things. A lot of lies and false narratives have been spread, not only on social media, but in the media, period, to demonize this young man and criminalize this young man. Well, he's a criminal. He killed Austin. He killed Austin in self-defense. A lot of people want to paint a false narrative about Karmelo with a K, because I didn't know there was another Karmelo Anthony until I actually Googled it. I'm like, that's not Karmelo Anthony. I'm like, oh, okay, so he's a sports guy too. Okay, so Karmelo with a K. He's not a criminal. He's a young man who was being bullied by a white supremacist young man, raised in a white supremacist household. But two white supremacist young men, twins, that had access to automatic weapons, that were racist, that were bullies, and their behavior, their bullying behavior was never corrected, was never disciplined. Okay, nobody ever listened or watched or cared about what Karmelo was going through, and because he was in the city or town where he was, they wouldn't. Now I'm just gonna direct this to my people for a little bit. My people with money, my people with some status and some success, and that have the ability to integrate and assimilate into cities and towns and neighborhoods and schools and churches and different things in America. You could be the only black person there, and you may make a lot of money, and you may be very well spoken, you may be very well educated, you may have the father and the mother in the home, as Mrs. Anthony pointed out. Karmelo was raised in a two-parent home. So in other words, this was the excellent black family in America. They did everything right. They're patriotic, they're law-abiding, whether you guys think so or not, they are. They did everything right. They were religious, They were teaching their children values. But you put them in a system. This is what happens when you place even the best of us in a white supremacist soaked environment, in a white supremacist country, a white supremacist neighborhood, in a white supremacist school, white supremacist church, a white supremacist government that does not care how well versed or how well educated you are, black person. They do not care how much money you make, because they're going to always think that you did something wrong and criminal and illegal to get it. You see how many white folks are commenting and saying, oh, they couldn't possibly have lived in the neighborhood they lived in prior to this. Oh, they couldn't have been driving the wonderful car they were driving prior to this. Like that, like Mr. Anthony didn't have a good job, and he didn't provide for his family before all this happened. Why? Because it's the white supremacist narrative that they will always think about you. Well, let them think what they want. I'm just going to do me, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. But do you see how even when you are minding your own black business, as we're like in the say right now, that they will find a way to encroach upon your success and your excellence your happiness and your achievements, they will not leave you alone. Now, in this case, I'm not blaming the Anthonys now, but I will tell you this. If you wasn't in the proximity where these people are, and you know that they are that way, yeah. What I'm trying to say to you guys is this. White supremacists will never leave black people alone. All we have to do is look at history. Black Wall Street, all of the black cities and towns that existed after the Emancipation Proclamation came forth, after slavery was ended and banned in the United States of America. And we went on about it. We were minding our own black business then too. We were doing very well for ourselves. As a matter of fact, our ancestors were lawyers and doctors. They were opening up their own law firms, their own doctor's offices, their own schools, of course, their own churches. But did they leave us alone, even though we were minding our own black business? No. They burnt down Black Wall Street. They lynched and killed many of our ancestors that were minding their own black business. There are many black towns and cities that existed then that don't exist today. You want to know why? Because white supremacists couldn't leave us alone. They are just fascinated with black people. If I can't have you, nobody can. They treated us like an abusive husband looking for his wife that's left her. And she's trying to move on with her life, minding her own business. But he just was obsessed. Oh, we can't let them go forth and be excellent and mind their own black business and do better than us. No, we got to get them back. They will never leave us alone. And the only way to escape white supremacy is to be as far away from it as possible. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that there isn't white supremacy that exists here on the continent. There is. There is. There are white supremacists in blackface right here on the continent as well. Yes. Why do you think that certain people are in governmental offices? Hello. White supremacy. Yes. Buhari was placed in office by Obama. Yes, black folks that look like us, melanated people, can be white supremacists too. They can push forth the white supremacy agenda. You shall know them by their fruit. What fruit do these black people produce? The ones that are in governmental office. And I'm talking to the people here on the continent right now. What fruit are they bearing? Are they doing something to help you? Or are they harming you? If they're harming you and they look like you, I don't know if you already know, but that means that they are white supremacists in blackface. That means they're not looking out for the well-being of you and your children, or your communities, or your villages. And they got those black supremacists, blackface, white supremacists in America too. When you hear a black person talk trash and blame a black person when a white supremacist has done them something, that is a white supremacist in blackface. So you know how to deal with them. But back to Karmelo, Anthony, and these young men. You know, the moral of all of this, the moral of the story is, white people, stop teaching your kids that they are the police, that they have the right to police black people. Stop buying them automatic weapons. It's not going to protect them. They're just going to go out and do something crazy, like go to a supermarket in Buffalo, New York, and just start shooting black people randomly because they're scared that they're going to be outnumbered in 10 or 15 years. All they're going to do is just get an automatic weapon and go to a prayer meeting in Charleston, South Carolina, and act like they want to sit down in an all-black prayer meeting and pray with the black people. And then after the prayer is over with, they shoot the reverends and they shoot the mothers, all black, by the way. All they're going to do is walk up to a school with an automatic weapon that their mama bought them and blow away babies. That's all they're going to do. Is that protecting them? Is that protecting them? You bought the AK-47 for Christmas so that they can protect themselves, and they're going out shooting everybody else, and they're not protecting themselves. Or you, like in the case of Adam Lanza, he killed his own mother, the mother that bought him the weapon. So how is it that you're protecting yourselves, white people, when you're buying unstable kids, mentally deranged, sick kids, automatic rifles, and then you're indoctrinating them from birth on how to be a white supremacist, how to be racist, how to hunt niggas? Yes, I said niggas. You're teaching them that. If you stop doing those things, that's protecting your children. Just having access to all the guns and all the weapons and all the ammo doesn't mean you're protected. Because your kids are mental. Your kids are going mental. There are demons inside of your children that's harming you, not just black people. You're harming. They're going into their parents' home and grandparents' home and shooting up their own people. So how is it protecting you? But you want to demonize and criminalize this young man because he said, no, I'm not going out like that. I'm not going to be that nigga that's going to get shot or lynched today. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to just sit here and allow you to do it because that's what we've historically done. Just sit back and take it. And then we go get Al Sharpton or Benjamin Crump. What are those sellouts? And we have a little march. And they give a little speech. And everybody say amen. And then go back and it happens all over again in a month or two. No. Young people, and we as a people, we are tired of that foolery. Time out for that. That is over with. Those days are done. Okay? And you're about to see the Most High Yah. Y'all don't fix it. Y'all don't get rid of those weapons and go and sit on the couch with your children or get to the altar with your children. You go to church. Why you can't cast out the demon called racism? Because that's a demon. Then you're protecting your children. Then you're protecting your children. Because we're not taking it no more. Yasharel's not taking it no more. The Most High Yah has given, He has awakened His people and He has given the command. And we're not taking it no more. You don't get to police the world. You don't get to police black people. You don't get to tell people where they can go to school, where they can live. You don't get to go to another country and tell them how to govern themselves. You don't get to pillage their resources. You don't get to do all the evil, wicked stuff that you know you have done in other countries. The gig is up. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. Court is in session. Judgment is here. Yes. Yes. So I implore you to stop doing that. Stop it. Just stop it. Because you are about to be treated like the very people that you have oppressed all of these centuries. You are about to become the slaves. Hmm? You are about to be treated like slaves. And I'm going to be here to see it. You have been warned. Cut it out. White supremacy ends today. If you really love your families and you really love your people like that, you will stop oppressing melanated people all over the world. Stop it. Stop it. Or face more judgment. Face more plagues. The plagues has just begun. And your weapons are not don't mean anything. They're just toy weapons. There are entities and beings that's gonna oppress you and that's gonna enslave you and your children and grandchildren. And your weapons will mean nothing. They have been taking note and they're they're just waiting for the right time. I'm telling you, stop. Just stop. Please stop. For your benefit. For your benefit. You guys be blessed. In the name of Yahusha HaMashiach.